5 Mile.
We have discussed in great detail the basis of ideology of Pakistan. Today we are going to be studying a new topic. The topic is economic deprivation of the Muslims in India. For this purpose, you are supposed to be focusing on your textbook, page number 8 to 9. Let's see what are the objectives of this particular lesson. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to identify the reasons for the economic deprivation of the Muslims of India after the War of Independence 1857. At first, we must know what does the word economy means. Economy means careful management of the available resources. These resources are utilized to earn money and then to invest in other businesses. The main economic resources are natural resources, that is the agricultural sector, human resources, that means the labor workforce of a country, then the manufactured resources, the goods and products that we manufacture in factories and industries. The question arises over here is that what does deprivation means? Deprivation means the damaging lack of material benefits considered to be the basic necessities in a society. So we are going to see what are the causes of the economic deprivations of Muslim. The war of freedom was over by 1857. The Muslims were oppressed very badly. Britain declared Muslims responsible for this war. Although Hindus were also responsible for this war of freedom, Muslims were the target of British wrath. Wrath means the anger of British. Muslims suffered a lot and faced serious consequences, and you will see that what were the specific economic deprivations Muslims faced. The very first one is no jobs. British, dominated by prejudice, enmity, dismissed all the Muslims from government jobs, especially from army. Muslims being qualified were not given jobs, rather Hindus who were less qualified were given jobs at better positions. So Muslims suffered unemployment, and this was one of the factors they faced crisis situation. The next aspect over here we are going to discuss about unemployment is related to the businesses and development sector at that time in India. But before that, we must see that what Sir Syed Ahmad Khan have said. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan have depicted the miserable condition of Muslims in these words. No calamity has descended from heaven that had not searched the house of Muslims before it came down to the earth. By this saying of Sir Syed, it is evident the Muslims in India were suffering badly at that time. The next aspect is properties of Muslims were taken by force. That's called confiscation. Properties were confiscated by the government. Muslim landowners were turned out of their lands. Properties and lands were allotted to non-Muslims. Muslims become tenant cultivators, means they become a renter of their own land instead of the owner. So this was a major problem faced by the farmers and the landowners at that time. Moreover, Muslims' businesses were ruined. In order to get support of the Hindus, the British gave them special privileges. Privileges means they were given some sort of advantages and ease in doing business. The Hindus established monopoly in local trade. Next comes the Industrial Revolution. British were manufacturing cheaper products, products of low cost in factories. Products were imported to India. It resulted in destruction of the cottage industry. Cottage industry collapsed because it cannot compete with the modern industries set up in the West. So Muslims suffered a lot due to this industrial revolution in the West. Import increased, but no export of local Indian goods was observed. What Britishers done? They produced goods, and those Britain produced goods were imported into India. But Indian local handmade products were not in demand neither in Britain nor in Europe. Exports of Indian goods affected millions of people, and they suffered unemployment in large numbers, specifically the Muslims. I suggest you to read textbook page number 8 to 9, and there is an assignment too. You are supposed to write the answer in detail to the question, the economic condition of the Muslims in India before partition. Now let's have a recap of what we have learned today. We have learned the reasons of economic deprivation of Muslims. They were deprived of the jobs, their properties were confiscated, Muslim traders suffered economic crisis, industrialization in West caused crisis in India, they provided a cheaper products, and Indian Muslims cannot compete with the production level, and there was a monopoly created by Hindus in India. Hope you have understood the topic. Stay blessed, stay safe, stay home. Pakistan, Zindabad. Thank you.